All right, welcome to my drum loops overview. This is the Acid interface. This area here is where you can add audio tracks, and I'm just showing you that. And down here is where you can change the tempo back and forth, and you can change the type signature and the key. But we're not going to worry about that. Now down here is my folders of drum loops. So just for example here, we're going to pick one from a Beta Monkey drum loop set. Let's see here. I recorded the audio later here, but so I'm going to pick my 120 beats per minute grooves. Just going to use this as a sample. I'm just going to use number 1, and you can hear it sample, and then you can hear the then you can change the tempo. You can make it faster, but it doesn't work so well if you make it slower. You can go a little bit slower, but as soon as you go much more, it gets kind of out of whack. Faster is fine, of course. Back to 120. So now I'm going to add that into my little song here, and I'm going to pull it out for 4 bars, and you can hear that. Now I am going to put in a tempo change in the middle, so I can change that to 140. It's fast to see, so you can take the same loop, speed it up, slow it down. There you go. So Acid's real good at that. I know Cubase and some others can do the same thing. So here I've put it back to the same tempo. And you can see here that would sample this groove 2. That was the second loop. So I'm going to put that one in. And I'm going to kind of mix and match them. They're pretty similar. I always like to use things from the same set. But now you get a little bit of variation because you got the slightly different start on that second loop. So there we go, and then we repeat that a couple of times with a cut and paste. Let's hear that. There's some variation there instead of just hearing the same thing. So now I'm going to do something else. I'm going to kind of cut. See, this loop kind of has 4 beats and it's slightly different, but I'm going to cut it in half and use the same half twice, just again for a little change. So during a song I'll often use the same loops, but I'll just kind of loop them, swap them back and forth, and change them around a bit for some variation. It's kind of a subtle change, but it can really help just keep something different in a song. Here comes the difference. You got the kind of dun-dun 3 times in a row. All right. So the next thing that we're going to do is go down here and add a cymbal. Kind of looking around, but there's a set of, most of these libraries come with single one-shots of cymbals. So I'm going to put a cymbal in and test them out. A few different ones. Decide which one I'm going to use, and I can drop it in. And by the way, I could do this all on the same track, except for the cymbals, of course, but I'm doing it separately, and I tend to do that. It gives me more control. So now we're going to copy that same section, and when it comes in here, you're going to get the cymbal. All right, so now I'm going to mix it up by adding a fill. Again, I tend to use fills. I have a few favorite fills, but you can use a whole fill, you can cut it up, but let's sample one here. Okay, so that's a pretty fast couple of bars fill, a couple of beats fill, I should say, and I will add it in to my track and cut out the regular drums from the same spot, and then let's give that section a listen. See, now I'm thinking that fill was too long, so I'm going to cut it in half. So I'm going to take expand the regular beat back and take just the second half of the fill, and I think that sounds better. sounded better to me. All right, now I'm going to maybe add another fill. So we'll bring back the cymbal there, test out a different fill. We'll use that one. Not because I'm favoriting, I'm just rushing through here. And we'll add that fill in the middle here. We'll cut out the section of drums again, and we'll hear that. All right, so now I think that end of the fill there probably needed a cymbal, so I'll back to my cymbals. Try another. A lot of the cymbals kind of sound the same, similar, but they're slightly different, and again, that subtlety really helps. So here we're just going to drop back to the program and add the fill right there. Sorry, add the cymbal right there after the fill. Okay, but now you've got more options to spice it up by layering other things on top. So I'm going to go to a different set of loops here, which is my Acid Latin loops eventually, and I'm just going to add some tambourine just to show how I can change up a section by a little bit of tambourine. Here's a sample. Oh, I can't get in there. Here's a sample. Pretty simple. Doesn't really do a lot, but then add it into the track and it kind of completely changes a section. Here we go. That's pretty good for, say, livening up a chorus or something like that. All right. Now, another thing that most of these loop libraries come with is one-shots. These are single hits of drums, hi-hats, kicks, sticks, that kind of thing. So here what I'm going to do is expand my view so I'm seeing each beat. There's a stick click, and I'm going to just add a little section of other stuff. We're going to add some stick clicks, and we'll test out and add, oops, there we go, little 4 stick clicks. And I'll try to add a kick. Again, not really, oops, there we go, not really trying to say this is the greatest drum track ever, just to demonstrate how it all works. So there's 4 drum kicks, and I'll put the copy in the stick clicks as well with my masterful keyboard skills. And we can hear that one. Now I'm going to copy the whole thing, and I'm going to add in some, what did I add in? I forgot. Oh, yeah, some the tambourine back in again. So we got sticks and kick. And there's a good little breakdown for you in the track. All right. So lastly, just to repeat some of the stuff we did at the start, you can change the tempo. So that was all at 120, but I've decided to speed my song up. So I move it up to 140, and you can hear it like this. And finally here, each of these tracks or drums can have effects on them too. So what I'm going to do here is you can do effects on a single track, but obviously I'd be repeating that. So I'm going to add a bus, and then I'm going to add Dave's favorite little camel crusher to that. And I'm going to just pick my default, the one I use the most for now, which is called British Clean. And so now I've got a bus. Now I assign each of the tracks that I want to run through that bus that'll get that effect, which I'm going to do all of them, and then I'm going to change it back and drop out the cymbals because they don't really benefit from the same thing. So I'll take out the cymbals and the tambourine, and now it's going to be played with Camel Crusher. I'll take it off and turn it on a little bit so you get the idea. There it goes off again. The volume here is a little maxed out, but you get the idea. Of course, in a real song, I'd probably put some reverb and some other stuff. But you can generally see the idea, I think, of how these drums are done. All right, there's an overview of drums. If you want any more thoughts on it, just let me know, and we will do something again. And until then, thank you for watching.